Hey, I'm Clay Johnson, and I want to talk to you about core values recovery. First, let me start with the stats. The National Institute of Drug Addiction says that when people who try to quit on their own, they fail about 80% of the time. If you manage to do 90 days of intensive treatment, your odds go down a bit. Now you've only got a 60% chance of relapse. And if you engage in some intensive work over the course of a year, then your chances drop down to below 50%. At Core Values Recovery, we help our clients reach long-term recovery. We do that in three ways. First, we do it for the long haul. We stick with you for a year, and that means we do it at home. Going to treatment has a lot going for it, and for some people, it is a necessary step towards long-term recovery. But it's a short-term solution, and a short-term solution can't fix a long-term problem on its own. The best treatment centers in the world only get you to the starting line of your marathon of recovery. If you go to treatment for 90 days and then come home and enter the same environment that enabled your addiction in the first place, that's not a recipe for success. People who are successful at getting into long-term recovery build the tools and skills necessary for long-term recovery in their home and work lives. Second, we use technology. Using technology, we can do three things. First, we can measure how you're doing and reflect that back to you. So for instance, we measure your levels of shame and anger when you onboard with us, and we make it our job to reduce the amount of shame and anger you're carrying around, because that's going to help you live a happier, more fulfilled life. And it's going to make it easier for you to stay in recovery. We also use technology to keep you immersed in your recovery. When you start working with us, we'll go through a core values curriculum that'll help you better understand what drives you and how you see the world. Then we use that data to generate a custom daily reflection tailored just to you to help you start your day. And third, we use technology to keep you and your network on the same page. We link up and integrate with your providers, recommend other providers or work that may be helpful in your recovery, and connect you to the communities and support groups that work for you, your interests, and your schedule, all from home. One thing we do that makes us different, we don't want to integrate you into our community. We want to help you find yours. The last thing we do that's different, we face forward. Don't get us wrong, we think working on the past and therapeutic interventions and trauma are important work to do. And we work with therapists and clinicians to help you with that. But we think facing forward and building a future as every bit as important as healing from the past. And all too often we can become so focused on fixing ourselves that we begin to believe that we're permanently broken. You're not broken. We think recovery is a bridge to a better future, and we partner with our clients to build that future and deliver them there. We have a curriculum that's unique to us, and we take our clients through it to give them the best tools to get to the future that they're meant for. Working with us looks pretty simple. In the early stages, we meet pretty frequently. You may be talking to your coach via text or call a few times a day, depending on your status. Once things have stabilized a bit, we get to a cadence of meeting once a week for a coaching session and doing some homework in between our sessions. And included is a family coach that your family can use as support too. Once a month, we'll do a family meeting if the family is engaged in our family programming. We're not for everyone. Some people need to spend some time in treatment before they work with us. Usually, those people need a little bit of stabilization and separation from their drug of choice. You need to be clean and sober before you start working with us too. So you may need to detox for a few days before you can start work with us. But please call first and we can make some recommendations for where to go and who to see for that. If you've got 24 hours of sobriety, you're ready to start working with us. And if you're ready and are willing to go to long-term recovery, we're here and ready for you. Just click the Get Help button on our website. See you soon.